Hello guys, going to be talking to you guys today about the adverse effects of atropine. Obviously this is going to be just a shorter form of my previous video, which is much more detailed in atropine if you haven't, and this is going to be basically telling you guys all of the side effects with an awesome mnemonic. So first of all, the mnemonic over here is take atropine, but it sucks. Mnemonic. So take will give you tachycardia right over here. The B over here will be giving you blurred vision, and the S over here will be giving you sandy eyes, and also sweat glands secretion would be decreased. Hence, you could possibly get xerostomia. The C over here can be CNS restlessness. Can also lead you to think about confusion, and CNS restlessness and confusion can be basically also lead to hallucination. Hallucinations basically means anything without any envisionment without a stimuli. So without a stimuli, you're like imagining stuff. Imagining. So the next one is also me constipation. So now that I've mentioned all of the adverse effects, I want to go into why it happens, basically to understand why atropine causes these type of adverse effects. The main thing that we really want to be diving into is the parasympathetic, and also the next slide will be the sympathetic nervous system. So the parasympathetic nervous system, I've what happens is atropine, it blocks parasympathetic system. So I'll write block in really. And when it blocks parasympathetic, it basically leads to stimulation, or it leads to sympathetic nervous system response. So we're going to be blocking your pupils are not going to be constricting anymore. They cannot be constricting anymore. So that's something that will not be occurring anymore. And what will actually be occurring is dilation. So pupils will dilate. So that leads us to having a blurred vision in the mnemonic. So then the next thing will be tachycardia. So tachycardia, what happens in parasympathetic is that your heart rate is going to be decreasing, and then the opposite in sympathetic is that the heart rate is going to be increasing. So therefore, what would your adverse effect be of atropine? It'd be obviously sympathetic nervous system, which would lead to the tachycardia. So if we go back here, we see tachycardia. The next thing is going to be the S over here. So S is two things, and S is the tricky part. So sandy eyes and sweat glands. Sandy eyes is quite simple. Again, the pupils are not going to be constricting. Also, the heart rate will not be decreasing. And what will be happening is that the pupils will be dilating. So yes, they will dilate. Yes, the heart rate. So when you dilate, you're going to be getting sandy eyes, as per se. Sweat glands are going to be decreasing. So here's one exception. So there is one exception to atropine. One exception is that only for the sweat glands, atropine can block sympathetic. So atropine normally blocks parasympathetic, but only for the sweat glands it can block sympathetic. So that's why I've written it here in bold. I put it in underline, put it in italics, because this is also blocking it. So in the sympathetic nervous system, you're stimulating secretion, but now you're going to be blocking it. So you're going to be blocking secretion, and therefore you're going to be getting xerostomia. So that's really important. The next thing is going to be the C, so constipation. So what happens in parasympathetic is that we're going to be digesting. Your digestive system will be stimulated. So we're now going to be blocking that, and we're going to be going to sympathetic nervous system. I haven't written here, but sympathetic nervous system causes a decreased amount of it causes your GIT to relax, essentially. So the GIT is going to relax, and yes, atropine will also be causing the GIT to relax, because atropine leads to sympathetic nervous system flight or fight response. Next thing is going to be CNS restlessness. Why do we have this? I haven't really spoken about CNS restlessness over there, but this is, I guess, it's just a part of the mnemonic that you can kind of drop into there. And yeah, just to give you guys a quick summary about what a summary about this is that take atropine, but it sucks. So yeah, so take atropine, but it sucks. Just give you guys a quick recap. T as in tachycardia. Why? Because you're activating sympathetic, block PNS, activate CNS, which means increase heart rate. The B over here, blurred eyes. Again, same reason as above. You're blocking PNS. You're blocking your constriction. You're dilating pupils. The next one is going to be the sandy eyes. Again, same thing over here. You're blocking your parasympathetic nervous system, and you're activating your sympathetic nervous system. Then you're going to be getting stimulation is secretion, and this one I have to write in bold, italics, and underline. So you're going to be getting a secretions. Basically, are going to be secretions or decrease. So what's the reason behind this is due to block of the sympathetic nervous system. Really important to know that, because it is the only exception that we have. And activation of parasympathetic nervous system. The next one is going to be C, confusions. Again, not really much to say here, just kind of you have to learn this. CNS restlessness, and also hallucinations. This basically means any sort of envisionment without a stimulation. The next one is going to be constipation. Why we have constipation? Well, constipation is there because we're going to be blocking the PNS, and PNS causes you to which causes peristalsis, and it will lead to CNS. CNS causes relaxation of the GIT, which will be the manifestation. So hope you guys found this useful, and hope to see you guys. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys next time.